Hi, my name is Linda Cirulli-Burton, and welcome to this channel named Above the Battleground ACIM. Above the Battleground is based on the teachings of a spiritual self-study path known as A Course in Miracles. I've been a student of A Course in Miracles since 1992 and recently have felt a tremendous urge to share insights on this spiritual path with the intention that they will go deeper within me and hopefully be of some benefit to you. So here I am. I show up on a very consistent basis to share insights and teachings. And, I had a really bad week. There you have it. Sometimes I think when people share this information publicly, they inadvertently hold themselves to some incredible standard that they fail. I fail. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I fail to hold myself to the standards of learning that I wish for myself. So sometimes you think, well, should I say it? Should I tell you when I stumble? And I don't know how not to be authentic with me and you and still make progress. So I wanted to tell you that I did indeed have a terrible week. And what it really was, and I don't know, what sets you off, what does it, except for that I have to look at this being my darkness, my guilt, now that I am so committed to getting stuff up for the healing, for the light, that, hey, it's going to happen. And it's not always going to be pretty. So a lot of thoughts were coming up for me during this past week. And I thought that I would share some of them with you so that you might see if you sometimes do what I do with your thoughts, okay? So among the thoughts that came up were things like, who do you think you are? Okay? I am so sick and tired of you thinking you're so great. So many people love you because you had children, your children had children, and you've got this built-in love machine. And I don't. Oh, so bereft. You are so perfect. And I am so flawed. And I've been on a spiritual path since 1992. And you haven't been doing a darn thing. Not a darn thing. And look at you. Look at you. I'm flawed. And you are so perfect. Listen, you haven't had to work a day in your life because somebody always showed up to take care of you. I'm falling apart physically and mentally, and I resent that you are so young and so full of plans and excitement for your future. And me, I'm stuck. You never know what's good for you, and we have to freak out over it. You never do. We do know what's good for you, but you don't, and so we have to freak out because you don't know. Why can't you ever agree with me? Huh? Why can't you ever agree with me? I just worked to get so many dog hairs out of my car because I was picking you up. And I'll be danged. You opened the door and you found the one dog hair that I didn't get out of my car. You're just great. I'm just great. So those are just a few of the thoughts that have been dominating my ego mind over this past week. And, I've often spoken about, going to the mountaintop, looking at my dark stuff with Jesus and the Holy Spirit. And I've spoken about how the Jesus from The Chosen, I've watched the first season. In the first season, there was just so much laughter. And just very easy for me to see that face laughing. And this time, I didn't have to do it because I was on the phone with my friend John, and I decided to purge. I decided to let it rip. I went through all kinds of dark thoughts that I was having. I'm going to tell you what the reaction of this friend was. He laughed and laughed and he laughed. And I think he might have even said, I got a kick out of you. I think he did. And just because, he was laughing, I could feel the knot in my stomach dissipating. And I just want to say, I get it. I get it. Laughter. Whether you have a friend that'll laugh at you or you get to the mountain with Jesus and the Holy Spirit, I'm going to tell you, you're going above the battleground. That's what you're doing. So, looking up in the glossary index for A Course in Miracles at the definition for laughter. The Course asks us not to take the ego and its world seriously, for this makes them real in our minds. Rather, we are urged to laugh gently, in my case it was loudly, at the ego thought system and all its seeming consequences, remembering at last to laugh at the tiny mad idea. The tiny mad idea that we could be separate from God and away from his love. It just ain't true. So there it is. I had a bad week. I'm coming out of it. And thank you for being with me today.